begin. Hey guys, Ryan here with Midwest Metal Promotions, and I'm here with the lovely gentleman of Hex Vortices. How are you guys?
Good. How are you? Good.
Hi. Not bad, not bad. Okay, first things first. And Tom, you know this part. Go down the line. Who are you? What do you do in the band?
Tom Croxton, drums.
Andy Altman's lead vocal and rhythm lead guitar. Come on, sound it up. Rhythm lead guitar.
Bass.
I got a lot of shoes to fill, all right? Fill in guitar.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Awesome. Okay. First, we do a couple of firsts. This is what I call them. So down the line, first album you ever purchased with your own money.
Going first.
I want to hear yours. It's probably like Buddy Holly or the Everly Brothers or some shit.
I think it was Kiss Alive on cassette.
I think it might have been David Lee Roth's Skyscraper, I think, on cassette.
My first purchase would probably been on CD. So I think it was White Zombie, Last Exorcist. So. But I inherited tons of tapes from older stepbrothers. So I don't think that counts.
You had to buy it, though.
You had to buy it.
They had to physically buy it.
First one I bought was Boyz II Men 2.
Nice.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Judging at all.
Yes. Okay, down the line again, first concert you wanted to attend that you attended.
Oh,
Interesting.
Didn't attend but wanted to attend.
yeah.
No, attended, but like didn't get dragged to, but like wanted to go to and actually went. Like, sorry if that was a confusing question.
I'm still confused. What's okay? One more time. What's
Okay.
You wanted to go to that you went to, the first one you wanted to go to that you went to.
Oh,
There you go.
So for me,
oh,
it was Korn and Trust Company. I can't remember the year, 2003. Was that after they were touring for Untitled or Untouchables? Not Untitled. Untitled CD was crap.
Right?
no, conga line.
What's going on?
See, left to right.
Mid early 90s, I was in Bush with Hum opening for him. It's actually a pretty good show. I actually enjoyed Hum more than Bush. That's not this time.
I would probably say Ozfest '97.
And here I go dating myself again.
I would do.
Can you date me? Sweet. Judas Priest UFO.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, now let's get into it. How did Hex Vortices come to be?
You want me to give my version of it or your version?
I've heard them both.
We could do both. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'll give the very abbreviated version of mine. Is I started writing riffs in about 2013, 2014, and then our original bass player, Dan Nelson, him and I got together and started kind of throwing some ideas back and forth. And then we had something we had started working on with a couple other individuals, and then that fell through. And then I caught wind that Tom was without a band. And so
Elder God broke up.
Oh, yeah, yep. Elder
And
God.
immediately upon me posting that we're done, got a message from him like, hey, let's jam.
Yeah, I was pre-warned. Don't screw around with Tom.
Yeah.
Be serious about it. And yeah, it basically him and I started jamming, and then a couple people had stuck around and then stepped down and whatnot, and then brought Dan down, and then Tim Morton, and then that lineup was together for a couple or so years, and then Tim had stepped down, and then Matt joined up, and then Dan stepped down, and now we have Guy. That's abbreviated.
So really, the original, if you listen to the demo stuff, it's night and day. I mean, his riffs are the same. He plays the same way. It was a whole different feel. I didn't listen to it when I came up with parts, and we wrote a lot together. But Hex Vortices was born with us, the original three, me, Andy, and Dan. So I came up with the name while I had to fight for the name too because you guys hated it.
It was different. It was, well, I mean, dude, everyone's got like all these cool names. I mean,
We got a cool name.
well, we do, but I'm just saying, like, when you open up, would you just call me Dick Sauce?
I mean it lovingly.
But no, like when you open up a book to figure out a band name, you know, I mean, all these, you know, cool names have already been taken. So, I mean, having to actually be creative and come up with something, it's not that easy. And so, you know, at first it was one of those that had to kind of grow on you. And now I'm like, Hex Vortices, you know.
Especially because it's the storm on Saturn, the Hexagon Vortex.
And what is it? It's
a fuck all storm. If it was on this planet, well, it would just
decimate.
There'd be nothing.
Yeah. Destroyer would be playing while this is all happening.
Or destruction.
I'd say destruction. It's a little angrier.
Yeah. But yeah, the core, the band Hex Vortices started originally with Tom and I, Tim and Dan, and then obviously change ups and whatnot. And I mean,
Tim was actually later though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. So yeah, but I mean, now having Matt and Alan in the fold, I mean, it's definitely opened up a lot as far as how we sound and what we're playing. And I mean, him and I are definitely playing off each other and everything really well. Still working with this guy though.
Trying to learn me.
Yeah, trying to get learned on him. He likes silverware. No.
It was inevitable.
Oh, inevitable.
Inevitable.
All right, next question.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, because the first time I saw you guys, and I told Tom the story, was at the Halloween show at the terminal.
Oh,
Hey,
You were
God.
dressed as garden gnomes, and I'd never seen you before, and I'm like, okay, there's a shit ton of gear on stage. That's kind of awesome. They're dressed like gnomes, and then you play this, you know, old school thrash, which I am a huge fan, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is awesome. Because at that point, because at that point, this was 2015, give or take?
16, I think it was.
May have been 2016. But there wasn't the kind of thrash resurgence that there is now, even locally. So you guys were like one of the first that I saw, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. So yeah, I've been a fan ever since. So
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
yeah, of course.
Well, and that's what I would definitely say too. I think that's what sets us apart from like a lot of the other thrash bands. Is, I mean, it's not like you took us right from the 80s and put us into 2019 or 20, or, you know, where we're wearing cut-off jean jackets and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, I think it's definitely still the old school mentality of like Metallica and everything. Just go up and play. You know, we're like Cliff said, we're not something big and fancy. You know, we do what we do. We play. You know, I'm pretty humble in that respect. You know.
Yeah, that's what I've always like respected about you guys. You just do what you do, and you know, no bullshit about it, which is awesome. So since we're there, why don't we talk about personal or band musical influences?
Should we just carry the laptop on walls?
Yeah. My home is a heavy metal horror museum, but you can see behind me there's Judas Priest and Rush. Those are huge for me.
I'm going to comment really quick that being in Tom's house has taken me back to like 1998, hanging out in high school. Like
There's posters in this room that were from high school.
well, that may be the case. Yeah, actually, I
That
suppose.
there. Yeah, I'm pointing it. You can't see them right.
I used to have that one.
Defenders of the Faith. That's somewhere in time over there. I got a lot of old stuff.
Yeah,
Tons of, well, yeah, to see his place, he's got all
Well, I was
this
going to
stuff.
say, Tom's been to my place, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, I just Judas Priest and Rush, they're huge. I even got the tattoos. So I kind of like them. Moving on.
Yeah, just a smidgen. God, I mean, are we talking like right now, or are we talking?
We're talking, you know, development into doing what you do and playing your instrument, and what kind of kicked you in the ass to say, I want to play guitar or whatever?
You know, I started on bass first, and then I switched to guitar. I mean, I dabbled with both, but bass was the one that really took off. But I mean, Ian Gill, or no, what's the bass player from Deep Purple?
Roger Glover.
Roger Glover.
Roger Glover, Chris Squire from Yes. People would probably be like, well, how the hell does that apply towards what you play? But I mean, if you listen to it, I mean, that, Geezer Butler, all them guys that my dad used to play would, well, I mean, Getty Rush is a big influence, but it wasn't the initial, those three that I named first were really similar in tone. So it had that really heavy sound to it. But I mean, Metallica and Slayer, all the typical that all of us usually say. But, Jeff Beck is a huge influence of mine. Billy Gibbons was ZZ Top and stuff. But, obviously Kerry King and all that shit too. So.
And probably
Turtles.
any bass player will say Cliff Burton. Melodic playing is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Audie Petrie from Assabeth died years ago, but I've been a huge fan of them since I was late middle school, high school, South Louisiana metal band. Another very melodic player, could thrash a little bit. I've always been a huge fan of Rex Brown's tone. I just like the dirtiness of it.
Yeah. I suppose that's another one too. Yeah, Corrosion of Conformity. Yeah, Crowbar. I totally spaced on that. That's a big one for me. So, all right, I'm good now.
No, that's not good.
You go ahead, Matt.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Tom, you got anything?
You all the time.
Oh my God.
So for me,
Inspired me to play guitar with Aerosmith, Joe Perry, and it's Brad Whitford. And then it went from them to Metallica, standard thrash. Kirk Hammett, James Hetfield were huge influences on me. And then it went Korn, Monkey, so I got a little bit of Monkey from Korn. Got a little of the low end, the slow, sludgier stuff. And then
the Monkeys.
Yeah, not the Monkeys.
Hey, we're the Monkeys. Sorry.
Yeah. You done? Well, lately it's been melodic death metal, like Insomnium, or I was in Cold Colors, so I was writing that stuff too.
You were in Cold Colors?
yeah, weren't you in Cold
I think I.
Colors?
I met him. I met him before.
He signed a flyer for Andy.
Yeah, I got an autograph and photo.
I signed a set list for Andy. It's something in practice case, which is quite hilarious.
I'm an idiot. Anyway, he's gonna look down.
Cool. Well, why don't we talk about the local and kind of regional scene, since it is so awesome? Any favorite bands you played with? Any good, show stories? Anything like that?
I've got a lot of, 3-decade history. Where do you want to know? We're going to run out of batteries, that's for sure. A lot of great local bands. There's just so many.
So you don't like any? Is that what you're saying?
Well, see, if you start dropping,
they're all great.
if you start saying names,
Oh.
you're going to forget one.
I know.
And then it's shitty, But yeah, Kate Beast, I like Kate Beast a lot. But I like the death metal stuff too. So, Glutton for Punishment, I like. We Are Legion. Yeah. What's the? I can't pronounce that. What's the? Yeah. So,
It's
you're right. Yeah.
The only reason I know it's Isalik is because I talked to Paul Ash, who's two Iron friends.
Okay.
I took lessons from him for a bit too.
I'm friends too with him, but he didn't tell me shit.
Yeah.
I suppose. That helps, right?
I have to ask this. Are you saying like currently, or are you just talking all around? Like,
Well,
Actually, between all these four of us, we've probably been in all of those bands.
yeah.
probably, yeah. I just got kind of back into the local scene about 2015 or so. So I've only been back in about 5 years and discovering all this shit. And I'm just like, and again, the crossover of members and like, oh, he was in these 5 bands and he was in these 3 bands and with him. And
Yeah.
it's insane.
I guess I'm kind of out of the loop of it right now, just with everything going on. But in the past, I mean, some of the bands, we were just talking about it, you know, Martyr AD, Disembodied, Devil Inside. You know, I know that one band created two when they split up, or when the one split up. But I mean, those guys were actually a big influence to me. And then Blue Ox, I think they're still going. They were just a powerhouse band. I mean, basically, they were one big drunken good time.
Enshrined from St. Cloud.
Enshrined was
Enshrined
awesome.
rocked. I like that.
Yeah, they were a big deal. Mike was always a cool dude.
Yep.
God, I'm trying to think. You know, Body Beneath was always a badass band. I mean, there's a lot of bands that we played with too. That, you know, Hate Beast, Blood War, anything Juan touches is usually pretty cool. If you ever want to come down and listen to his band on Thursdays. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're learning how to speak Spanish right now. When you see this, I know Juan will understand. So, but yeah, no, I mean, you know, for me, you know, I always go back to the bands that really influenced me locally. You know, I mean, I really wanted to be part of Devil Inside. You know, I saw them and my mind was blown, basically. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go.
Well, when I saw Explorers, in the band too.
We're still hazing them.
We paid him to say that.
No, that's true though. I saw you guys
Bowling alley, wasn't it?
I don't think when you
Oh, wow.
First time, yeah, it was like its first show.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're in that band, and you're now, which is crazy.
And you came to the Polar Vortex show when it was like the coldest day ever in Minnesota.
You know, we'll actually talk about that after you give your answer. There's something I want to talk about.
Mhm.
No, I'm like you. I have a huge gap. Like, being on the scene, I took years off of work and I have a huge gap. Well, yeah.
Jet, please.
I took a break at work and kids, and finally getting back at it the past couple years. But I mean, I played with Nebraska. I love the dudes in Nebraska.
Yeah, those guys are badass.
Tomorrow Brings Me Blood. You know, both of Mike's projects. I love both his projects. Yeah, he's got a new album coming out next month, I think.
Mhm.
Drawing a
It's hard to pick a lot of them, like the only.
Yeah.
All of experience having this band overseas. So you don't really want to miss anybody, like Tom said. Once you start naming them, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's the good thing and the bad thing about that question is that there's so many, but then it's like your mind goes blank. So it's like, so before you tell your story, Andy, what do you think of like the younger guys, like a band like Agony Reigns, who is also kind of an old school thrash band, but they're like 18, and that blows my mind.
Agony Reigns, you know, I reached out to them guys because I've been trying to, you know, go figure. COVID went and screwed everything up for everybody. But
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Don't get, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. But no, I reached out to those guys because I'm trying to put together a show with some specific bands that I thought would be really cool. You know, kind of a thrash type show, an actual thrash show, and just, you know, always positive towards those guys. You know, I was really impressed with that video they put out of them playing outside of the Caboose and everything. And you know, it's a fortunate. Well, it's for the kids that are playing right now. They should be really grateful for the tools that they have, because us guys, we all sat there and listened, you know, to whether it be albums or cassette CDs. I sat in front of a bookshelf at Sam Goody going through, you know, the Cherry Lane guitar tab books that were typically wrong anyway, you know, but I mean, I remember doing that, going up to Schmidt Music and playing all the time. Like now these guys can go online at 5 years old and go, oh, wow, look at that. I can learn how to go, you know. Well, guess what? I can't do that. That's my, you know. So, but I mean, for young guys like that to be able to come up into a scene and really hold their own, you know, a lot of respect towards that. You know, I think the big balance has to be that, you know, us old farts are going, oh God, I wish I could, you know, I wish I could have did that when I was their age, you know, not let it get to their head kind of thing, you know, be humble about it. And, hey, my knee hurts today, dude. I didn't get my nap today. Yeah.
cranky.
Yeah.
Not cranky. But yeah, you know, shut up. But anyway, yeah, no, I think Agony Reigns is a really good band. I don't know of any other young bands that are out right now. Like I said, I mean, with everything going on, I mean, a lot of us are out of the loop. There's really no activity, online, and unfortunately, you got to pay to advertise now anyway. So, you don't hear a whole hell of a lot from anybody. And,
Okay, so you were going to tell a story.
Yeah, our first show was at Minnesota Music Cafe.
Yep.
Of course, middle of winter. Couldn't pick a better time to do it. And the show kept coming up. And I remember sitting in my work van writing lyrics down, trying to come up with stuff. And I've never been a lyricist. I was never a frontman of a band. So to be thrown into that position, it kind of got to the point where I just said, piss on it, I'm done. I'm singing. I don't want to try any singers out. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Been too used to doing that. And then, when it come, to crunch time, it was what, 413526?
Which is the postal code from Malta, I believe. That was our set list. We didn't have the song titles, so they were numbers.
Yeah, he had them written on a snare drum.
Yeah.
So
I still have that drum head too.
so I sang three out of the 6 songs that night, and I mean, my voice was roached. It was brutal, but it was so cool because we actually had a really strong response
We did, yeah.
out of that. I guess for me at least, I didn't think people really knew, they knew of what I was doing in Before Blood, and playing bass in Climactic and everything, but they never heard me, as far as being the main songwriter, and obviously that's changed now because Matt's contributing to the band as far as songs go and whatnot. So, I mean, for him and I to be paired up, really is, I couldn't think of a better match, for a rhythm section, because I mean, the way that Tom plays, I'm a very percussive player anyway. So, I mean, he's got that style.
I forgive you for the old man thing.
You're still old,
Fuck off.
You know.
Right off you go.
Yeah.
Take a left, go here, and then when you see the stoplight, turn and keep going till you fuck right off.
Very nice. That's good.
What?
That's good.
Kids, you're gonna watch it?
We're no political correctiveness right here. It's awesome. But yeah, no, we
Sorry, Ryan.
we definitely play well together.
No worries at all, man.
But yeah, it was a cool show. I mean, it was a great starting point for the band. It was weird though because there was a point where it seemed like we couldn't get a show to save our life. I don't know what the deal was with that, but it just 2006.
There really was the shows that were going on. There was everybody, like any national show. There were so many people buying onto it, and we're not about that. We don't care if we get paid. Just why pay to do it? I mean, it's already expensive being in a band. Mm-hmm. And plus, I'm old school, and I've been doing it for years upon years before any of these bands were even out. I mean, he was 2. You were 2. You were probably 2 or 3. Were you 5?
Yeah.
Well, he's 36. How old are you?
I'm supposed to give away my age right now.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say. I said he, not Matt. Is okay. Could have been anybody. But yeah, I mean,
Anybody right here.
everybody. When I moved to Minnesota in '86, got my first band, Acheron. We just did it, built our way up, just the way it should be, Instead of talking.
Looks like a Peter Gabriel video. Sorry.
And we rose above, and then we headlining the Mirage and Ryan's Corner and all that. And just nowadays, there's so many bands. They're everywhere.
More bands than venues now.
Yeah, true. Plus, after the riots, we've lost some. It sucks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean.
But it was a great first show.
It is hard to book, and it still is.
In the audience.
Yes, Matt was in the audience going, God, I'd love to be in that band. And then Dreamweaver kicked in.
Right, Dreamweaver?
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Yeah. What do you got, Ryan?
So I'm trying to think, because I've probably seen you guys, at least a half a dozen times, if not more. Have you guys done any out-of-state touring at all, or has it all been really local stuff?
Oh, we've done. This band has done Des Moines, Iowa. We have ambitions to go
farther. I have connections to a German festival that we're currently working on. You know, Matt and I are also in Thor. He and I do a lot of touring, but we want to get Exportices on that level best we can, you know. Higher, yeah, we want to conquer the world like any metal band does. But I think we have a good shot.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure. Just as well as anyone else.
So,
We're kind of okay.
yeah.
Yes. I got this pizza here that's hello. Oh.
It shows its discontent when we say something wrong.
Okay, so any other like really memorable shows that stick out, either good or bad?
From us or just
We're
in
talking
general?
Hex, right?
Well, yeah, we're talking Hex, yeah.
Let's see.
God, I'd love to play upstairs again. That's really fun. Oh,
Warbringer and Enforcer was a great show. Unfortunately, I felt terrible. I was really sick that night. But, I mean, just the reaction that we got from people, it was great. I mean, I still look at the footage and go, damn, that was a great show. Just, yeah, it's just if I didn't feel sick, it would have been right up there.
yeah.
I was a bucket of yuck, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that show. You know, a real quick snippet thing was when I was playing bass at Climactic. We were playing in Eau Claire, and I jumped off Eagle Box, and when I landed, I overcorrected, and I basically hyperextended my knee. So I tried playing the rest of the song, last song of the set too, and I'm just strumming it. I couldn't do anything, and it was like 5 hours until I got to go home. So I'm sitting out in the audience with ice on my knee, and I lived on the 3rd floor too. I had my mom and dad come get my truck and drive me home and hobbling around, and yeah, I don't ever want to do that again.
Metal Church was a great show too. Opening for Metal Church at but not Pickle Park. Great shows.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Well,
no,
they're
that was a
memorable.
fun
Memorable
show.
could be good or bad.
Right.
Are we talking about band shows?
You can if you have some.
I was with Cold Colors, and we got last second call to open for Rotting Christ, and
Wasn't it?
It's supposed to be just us.
And just Hex.
buddy, didn't he?
Well, shit.
We're the most dysfunctional
We
band.
talked about Climactic.
Well, I just threw that in there
Uh-huh.
after.
But anyway, so we opened for Rotting Christ, and we had a 3-song set, and that was like the best crowd response I've ever seen. And it was at Triple Rock. It was packed. That's a memorable.
Tampere, Finland, opening for Accept and Ghost and Halloween in front of 40,000 people. Fuck you all.
There you go.
I'm gonna go right after. Yeah. He did say Hex though.
I did say Hex.
Okay.
Hey, I just threw mine in as a quick little snippet. We're not this dysfunctional, I swear.
No, I know. I know you guys. You're fine. Yeah.
Picking on each other. What do you got? Where are you at?
Texas memorable.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
Well, I was going to say, in all the times I've seen you, I think all the shows have run relatively smoothly. So, you know.
I would probably stay with that though, because oh my God, yeah. Yeah, the most important show, and all hell breaks loose, and oh my God, it was so dumb. Yeah, but no, that's the one thing with this band is, and these guys give me shit about it all the time. I'm usually pretty serious about things, and that's the one thing I really pride myself on is when playing a show, being on stage, get your gear in the venue, hang out. When it's your time to set up, get your gear on stage, get it checked, get the hell off stage, and then, when your time comes to play and get off stage. We've always been like that because first impression is key, and if a national band comes through and you get the ability or the option to play the show, and you go there and you act like that, people are going to remember that. They're going to think that you're a pro band, and I'm thankful that we have a lineup like this that really acts like that, even though we could be a bunch of jackasses.
It's great though.
I'm definitely a firm believer of shit to get off the stage because it's just
Well, even on our worst days, there's a degree of professionalism that we don't go under. So even our worst shows, people wouldn't know, really.
Mhm. Yeah, I would agree, and I'm in the exact same boat. It's like, Tom, you'll understand this. When I see people, other drummers start to disassemble on stage, so like,
Oh,
especially when we're next, it's like, no, fuck you, get off the stage and let's go. You know,
I've yelled at people for and stuff up against my gear.
I've had that gigantic kit up and running in no time at all.
Yeah.
And it's off just as fast.
Yeah, etiquette, proper etiquette 101 of being in a band. Don't be a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. There's my public service announcement.
Was don't be dick, but don't be a douche.
I never heard that before.
No.
I learned something new.
there you go. Okay, let's do a couple of fun little rapid fires. Down the line or collectively, favorite film?
I got this. What?
John Carpenter's Halloween.
Oh my God! I don't know.
Exorcist.
No.
The Matrix.
Matrix for him. Alan?
I say the original X-Men movie. I used to be a huge comic
Dude, you know, I'm a Trekkie. I'm probably going to have to go with Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan.
Jenna Jameson wasn't in Wrath of
Hell yeah, she is. Well, where do you want me? I mean, we got Jenna Hayes. We got Taylor Rain. I mean, you opened up a can of worms here now. I'll shut up. There, Wrath of Khan, Star Trek. Khan! What?
He's a vocalist. He's got good projection.
All right, what's the next one?
Why don't we do favorite beverage, both non-alcoholic and alcoholic?
And
I think tea is my favorite. I drink a lot of tea. British. It's the brick in me.
born again Coors Light fan. Keeps my figure getting bigger. Thank you.
I drink a fair amount of kombucha. I don't know if like you'd consider it non-alcoholic because it's technically very, very, very low, but
You don't have to use your body. So
yeah. That or tea, and Summit EPA is probably my favorite beer. It's like old standby.
Well, coffee's my favorite drink.
Coffee's right up there.
Coffee makes me poop.
I don't know. I keep switching it on beer. Right now it's caffeinated free, and I'm trying them all. So
Oh, can't find mine. Open another.
There you go. Okay, why don't we do, dinner for 5. Dead or alive, each of you pick a person and then one collective band person.
Dead or alive, pick one person.
Did
That you want to
have
sit
dinner
down and
with?
have dinner with.
Neil Peart.
Oh man.
oh, he's here.
and then I just had dinner with all of these guys, so that's covered.
Jump in before he's stolen. Lemmy.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Randy Rose.
Let's give it a few. Yeah.
Mm.
I wouldn't be sure.
Which way?
I'm pretty sure I was telling him.
Wow.
I don't know.
Man, I don't know. What? I didn't say
So
anything.
many choices.
Yeah, I don't.
He just snuck in right
I mean, that's a tough one, man. I mean, there's so many people that, shit, dead or alive, huh?
Not the Bon Jovi song.
I have a
I
great
hate
Lemmy
you.
story after
You know,
this.
John, don't even get me going on Bon Jovi. Sally. They sell his jeans in the ladies section.
I can't believe you said that name in my house.
I'm sorry, I could see the walls catching on fire. No, it's really, it's hard for me. I can't come up with one right now, unfortunately. I mean, I'm into a lot of like history stuff and all that, space stuff and everything, but I can't really pick one. I mean, I could pick a generic one and be like, oh, James Hetfield from Metallica, that'd be cool. But can't drink any beer. Can't hang out. He's got a family. No, I don't know. I can't pick anybody.
Well, Phil Demo's pretty cool. So.
Yeah. Oh. I'd like to meet Rob Flynn so I could slap him out of his Hot Topic stage attire. Does that count?
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
I'm going to put this in here that the new drummer for Machine Head, he's on YouTube and he does these drum off videos and whatnot. And then he also posts live video of him playing the Machine Head stuff. And I said, dude, you're a solid drummer, but can you please talk to Rob about what you guys have to wear on stage? And he actually messages back. It's great. I can have commentary with the drummer from Machine Head about his dress attire. It's like, come on, man. What's up with that? All right.
So Andy picks the drummer of Machine Head now.
I didn't pick the drummer of Machine Head.
Or you've been chatting with him, so.
Well, you know, I can chat with people. What? Yeah, you know what? It'd be cool to actually be able to hang out with Kirk Weinstein. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Crowbar. Because I mean, you know, he's a role model of mine. I mean, I probably look like his young son, but you know, I can't help that I have no hair.
Tom's the one with hair.
I'm the old guy too. Go figure.
We're gonna cut him open and count his rings.
What? You're to count your rings. You might be lying about your age.
Oh shit! It's on.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing I did kind of notice in getting back in the scene. It's like, it's not long hair anymore. It's bald heads and beards. I mean, that's like the new,
Mine's not by choice.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of here, so yeah.
I used to have hair down to here, and not as big of a beard, probably just a short guy like this, way back in the early 2000s. And then I cut mine, and it started falling out, and then I started shaving my head. But I'm going to stand my ground and say that I'm not some hipster with a beard. I had facial hair back in like 93. So, and I got grazed to boot now because of these guys. You're like my kids.
Really?
Grandpa. Grandpa.
You actually all could technically be my children.
Oh, we're role playing now?
No, I'm just saying.
You get a lot of
It's
touring.
the potential.
You did do a lot of touring.
Oh, shit.
Where were you? Were you in Fridley at any point in 1980? Sorry. We'll shut up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked us to do this.
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
I was
Anyway,
going to say, I've had long hair since '84. I haven't cut my hair since '84.
It's the same hair.
It's fun. I can't even remember having
How old
short
were
hair.
you here when this started growing right here?
It grows pretty fast, so I mean, who knows?
We get the shit kicked out of us after we get out.
I've had the beard and mustache probably since '89.
Yeah.
I haven't cut it since. So, old school.
You know, actually, I'm going to throw this in there too. That I don't have 100% verification on this, but it was either Injustice for All on cassette or it was David Lee Roth Skyscraper. One of those two. So I remember I panicked because I broke my Injustice cassette. I called my mom on the Motorola flip phone. I'm like, I need the CD, Mom.
Oh my God!
Mom, Meatloaf. So. Yeah.
anyway,
When,
I mean, I think that's pretty much all I have. So do you want to, anything else you want to tell the people, or, you know?
Well, I had that Lemmy story.
Oh, yeah, the Lemmy story, yeah.
well, let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
Let me listen.
So, my second show in Impaler, was at the Vic Theater with Motorhead and Hatebreed. It was Expo of the Extreme, and it was, Andy, stop playing with my wiener.
Take it away, Tom.
So, Facts of Life, the one that played Kim, that Dana, I can't remember her name. She committed suicide, so we didn't think the show would happen. But it did. They had Jasmine St. Clair be the porn actress.
Nothing.
So yeah, Impaler loads in, and Motorhead was right behind us. So get to talk to him and everything, and then he comes in like, "This is it?" Like, "Yep, this is it." So through the day, I go downstairs, and these are my bullet hole days. So I'm putting all the prosthetics on, and I'm tilting my head back and dropping the blood in so it's running down the face. And in my peripheral vision, I could see someone staring at me. I look over, and it's Lemmy, and he's got his poker game in his bottle, and he just looks up at me and just rolls his eyes and goes back to his game. That's it.
Well,
I was dissed by Lemmy.
Lemmy was a simple man. He didn't ask for much, so.
Met the god of metal.
Oh, God.
That's what I got.
Thank you.
All fine.
So it would be at this point that I would ask what you had upcoming, but who knows what we have upcoming. So are you guys in?
Oh, yeah.
Tell them about it.
Yeah, we've been working on an EP for the last, I would say, like 3 months. All of us can, well, except for Tom, but I mean, within obviously because of reasons, but we're able to record remotely. So we've been taking that approach with recording. So Tom will come over, he'll record the drums on my kit at home, and then that way we have it all in-house. I can do all my guitar stuff, Matt can do his stuff, send it to me, Alan can do his stuff and send it to me. I can do all the vocals and everything at home now. So we become kind of our own
Entity.
yeah, not really needing to rely on outside sources for that type of thing. Matt's going to be working on a lyric video, but the EP that we're putting out is going to have a total of 3 songs on it. We're at about, I would say, the 80% point with it. I got to finish some vocals, and Alan's got 1 song he's got to finish up, and then we should be at the point to put the thing out. I can't remember because my memory sucks, but how we're going to go about distributing it, but I know for sure it'll be online. So anyone that wants to pick that up, I don't know if we're going to sell it or if we're going to put it out for free or what that details are, but yeah.
And we coming out too. We're constantly writing right now.
Yeah.
Definitely matured. We've gelled as a band. It's. I love the new stuff. I think it's gonna take people's going nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty excited.
You figure it this way when this
Work up, Brian.
yeah. Kick you in the Jimmy. But you got to figure it this way. I mean, all the material that was written on the first album was me. So now that Matt's in the fold and everything, and he's found his groove with the band. Now he's starting to write, and having that, in the way that he plays versus how I play, they're a little different, but we both influence each other. I mean, he's pushed me to work on not vocals, but lead guitar parts that I would have never come up with before. I would have been too lazy to really try to do that. But now, instead of him playing depressed metal, now he's playing thrash metal.
And that is a positive step forward.
Absolutely.
So do you think we'll see that before the end of the year? Or?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. I would like to say within the next.
This was how you feeling.
I'm tired of looking at it on my hard drive.
The deadline has just been set.
Yeah. So there we have a month to complete it. But I mean, realistically, we're almost there. I've already mixed and mastered it and gotten the guys' opinions on that, what they feel, how it sounds, and they like it. So yeah, it's just getting those extra tracks on it, and away we go. But I mean, we're eager just as anybody else to get out and play shows. I mean, the last video I had made and put up on Facebook They say, well, what did I say? It sounded like a bad word. It sounded like they're okay. Anyway, sorry. But the last video that I was on for the Hex page, you know, it just kind of reaching out to everybody, you know, making sure everybody's okay. Because I mean, it sucks. I don't even want to say pandemic. I hate the word, but you know, I can't.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, unprecedented. Yeah, it sucks, and like everybody else, can't wait to get back out and play shows. You know, but I mean, we know that as soon as any band lifts or whatever it may be, or not band, but you know, being able to go out and play again, as soon as that happens, it's going to be just an onslaught of bands trying to book shows, and it's going to be oversaturated for a while. You know, I think for us, we'd like to get out and play out of the state more. Definitely the idea of going over and playing in front of, hell, even 1,000 people is pretty huge to us, you know. So, I mean, the excitement is there. We're definitely in the mindset of doing it, and just try to make the best of the times that we're in right now, you know. Try to be positive and keep moving forward. I mean, I had my time where I was really down about things, and, you know, I had to take some time off. And now I'm back yelling at everybody and pulling my head field, and you know, feels good. Good. It's like putting on an old pair of shoes, right up somebody's ass.
You know, that being said, all of us went through like horrible things going on, and it really was very conducive for writing some serious kick-ass metal. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Definitely got very pissed off.
yeah.
It's like you read through the lyrics. And, oh, cool. All right, man. Yeah, we got the. All of a sudden, here comes another onslaught of like anger. It's like, oh my god, Jesus.
That was Minneapolis, and I wrote those two songs like while that was going on. So
Yeah.
Yep.
But, you know, I would say this though: we're not a political band. We're not
No.
we're not an agenda band. We're not any of that. I would never let that fly with this. That would never be my intent behind the microphone. No, it's just
it gets it out of our system. So
yeah. The
so we
first,
can smile and joke around.
I'd rather
It's silly right now.
rather sing about it than divide friendships because of opinions. You know, I'd rather just sing what's really going on and how I feel. You know, how he feels when he writes them or whatever. You know, but I don't know. That's one thing that's definitely been a fun part of this band is the collaboration. You know, we're all pretty open, and the thing is that, you know, there's times where we get pissed, but that's because we put so much passion into this band, and we truly believe what it's capable of. You know,
It's a brotherhood. Hex
Yeah.
Vortices is a brotherhood.
Yeah.
My best friends on the planet. Seriously.
you hit every best friend in the head of your elbow. Yeah. The elbow.
Even though they're dicks.
You got any other questions, man? What do you got?
I think that's about it.
Listen, we're gonna interview you now.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
tell me about.
Shut up.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Ryan,
Yes, Andrew.
Tell us a little about Outlaw Saints.
Outlaw Saint actually has a new EP that we're dropping on Sunday at our show that we're playing at Route 47, which should be fun. We're playing at 1:30 in the afternoon, so that's always fun.
yes. Be drunk.
You're right.
To a bunch of bikers. So
Oh, that'll be cool. Though.
Born to Be Wild's in the set, right?
no, we don't do covers. So that's what we got going on.
I thought bikers make you play that song, don't they?
I would think that that's like the mainstay.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have Born to Be Wild playing on your Harley.
So you're a drummer. What's your influence?
It changes every day, but initially it was your typical thrash guys, your Lars, not really Lars, but Charlie Benante and Dave Lombardo and those guys.
Well, we're done. I'm just kidding.
And lately it's been people like Ian Pace from Deep Purple, who is so
Look at both him and I.
underrated beyond. And then actually Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters is also a kick-ass drummer. So, you know.
No, I can tell you this, the whole drumming thing has been a challenge for me because him playing as long as he has You know, for me to anytime I sit behind his drum kit and these guys are watching, I feel like I play like absolute garbage. And then as soon as I'm at home, I'm like, yeah, dude, I can do all these fills and everything. I don't train wreck anything. But I mean, yeah, dude, like Ian Pace, huge influence for the style that I like to play. Big time, man. Deep Purple Machine Head was very, very memorable for me. Yeah. You know, what was it Black Knight? Like Never Before.
And Rock is right there too. Though.
Yeah.
I love that album too.
Yeah. I should just get that album cover tattooed on my back underneath all the hair.
Oh yeah. Through the hair.
That actually would be a cool idea. I wanted to get Slayer Divine Intervention tattooed here and then get Deep Purple Machine Head tattooed over here. I think that'd be really painful.
Probably.
Tattoo. It didn't hurt hardly at all. I didn't think. No, I've done.
It's because the British flag.
It burned
How dare you?
like the tea.
Ruin
Way through the hot one. Yeah, we're idiots.
But that's okay. That is okay.
People will accept us.
Cool. Yeah, so really looking forward to the new stuff. That'll be awesome. And yeah, so people look out for these guys. They're going to do great things, I'm sure. And I will let you get back to your evening and do what you do. So.
Oh, here. Yeah, anyone that's interested, look us up on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play. We're also on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. So just type in Hex Vortices and you guys will be able to find us. And we're doing a thing now where a band member is devoting to a week where they post things on there. And we're going to come up with a couple other things and whatnot to kind of keep ourselves in the public eye, so to speak, you know, just because everyone's kind of down and out right now, you know. So
Did you see our Mortal Kombat battle?
I saw it. I did not watch it yet, but I have it saved somewhere. So yeah.
It's Matt's idea. Was
as bitches, we're not that good.
we did it by popular vote. It was cool.
I was not popular.
Huh?
I was very unpopular. I know, yeah.
I thought it was a great idea.
It's a
was
real
Matt's
treat.
idea.
Real treat.
Yep.
Shiny, happy people.
Mhm.
But thanks for letting us do this, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for doing
Thanks for
it.
doing it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate the support.
Always, man. Always. All right. So we'll talk to you guys later and hopefully see you on stage sooner than later.
Awesome.
You know?
Yeah, we hope so too.
Well, who are you?
I'm Tom. Who are you?
I am Andrew.
I'm Alan.
And we are Hex Vortices.
Awesome.